So ngayon, gusto kong ibigay sa inyo itong mensahe ng ating Pangulong Bongbong in relation sa kaguluhan sa Middle East. At sabi dito ng ating Pangulo, i-convene na din niya yung economic team para ma-discuss yung government's oil contingency plan. Kailangan pa yung final approval sa National Security Council ng Iran, pero kailangan pagandaan natin ito, mga kababayan, because this could affect the supply ng petroleum products dito po sa ating bansa. Kasi largely,
Good afternoon, Yusek. With the Iranian parliament approving the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and global oil prices nearing $80 per barrel, will this development trigger the activation of the Philippines?
So, the same increases will apply again on June 26. So, ganun pa rin po para mabuo yung 5 peso increase per liter.
Nagpapagang mga balita at pagtalakay sa mga isyu na lipungan. Bulsa! Opinyon, banat at paglalantad sa katotohanan. Bulsa! What you see is what you get. You decide.
Po mga kababayan, si Dante Maravillas dito po sa ating podcast Life with Dante M. So ngayon, gusto kong ibigay sa inyo itong mensahe ng ating Pangulong Bongbong in relation sa kaguluhan sa Middle East. Yan po ang mensahe ng ating Pangulo. Pakinggan natin.
Level 3 in Iran and Israel. I have directed all concerned government agencies to take the necessary steps to ensure the safe, timely, and orderly return of our Filipino workers who wish to avail of the voluntary repatriation program. Secretary Hans Kakdak is in Amman, Jordan, and is scheduled to receive the first batch of 26 repatriates from Israel at the King Hussein Crossing. In Israel, we have already provided food packs and financial help to our kababayans. Many are staying in our migrant workers' office hostel with more space ready should it be needed. We are processing over 200 requests for repatriation, and we are moving quickly to bring them home, while others have opted to remain at work. We continue to monitor our OFW caregiver who remains in hospital, stable but still on oxygen support and a ventilator. We are in touch with her family and are making sure she gets the care that she needs. In Iran, our embassy is preparing for the repatriation of an initial batch of 8 Filipinos in the coming days. Upon arrival in the Philippines, they will receive immediate support from the government, including 150,000 pesos in immediate assistance, some accommodation, transport, and livelihood support with training vouchers to help them recover and to start again. And for those who choose to stay home for good, we will be there to help with skills training, job matching, startup capital, and support to begin a small business or find new opportunities. I urge our fellow Filipinos to coordinate with our embassies in Tel Aviv and in Tehran. Please follow their guidance, inform them of your situation, and do not hesitate to ask for assistance. Your government continues to act and is ready to serve to protect your safety and well-being. Nothing is more important than the safety of every Filipino.
At sabi dito ng ating Pangulo, i-convene na din niya yung economic team para ma-discuss yung government's oil contingency plan amid escalating tension sa Middle East. So yan ang mga latest na mga balita ngayon, mga kababayan, sa kaguluhan sa Middle East. Ngayon, yung mga preparations ng ating gobyerno, lalo na po doon sa pagsara ng Strait of Hormuz, although may kailangan pa yung final approval sa National Security Council ng Iran, pero kailangan pagandaan natin ito, mga kababayan, because this could affect the supply ng petroleum products dito po sa ating bansa. Kasi largely, ating supply, mga kababayan, nanggagaling sa Saudi Arabia, sa United Arab Emirates, sa Kuwait, dumaraan ng mga barko, mga kababayan, sa Strait of Hormuz. This could affect the global supply of petroleum and could, trigger a chain reaction sa presyo din ng mga bilihin. Ngayon, naitanong ito sa press briefing kanina kay Jose Castro. Pakinggan po natin yung sagot ni Jose Castro.
Good afternoon, Yusek. With the Iranian parliament approving the closure of the Strait of Hormuz and global oil prices nearing $80 per barrel, will this development trigger the activation of the Philippines' oil contingency plans?
Actually po, pinababatid ko po sa inyo na magkakaroon po ng meeting ang economic team with the President. At maibibigay ko po sa inyo ang detalye kung anong po ang mga plano. Bukas, kahit po walang pasok sa Maynila, magkakaroon po tayo ng press briefing bukas. ang detalye. Pero nagpapatawag na po ang Pangulo ng meeting po.
Follow-up question na lang, Yusek. How prepared is the Philippines for a potential energy crisis stemming from this situation, and when can we expect the release of official guidelines or response measures?
Bukas po, maibibigay ko po sa inyong detalye, pero as of the moment, ang maibibigay po ng gobyerno ay ang fuel subsidy para sa ating mga tsuper, sa mga drivers po, para po maibsan naman ang kanilang alalahanin. At para na rin po ito sa mga commuters. Meron pong nakalaan na 2.3 billion, kung di po ako nagkakamali, 2 billion para po dito sa fuel subsidy na ibibigay para sa ating mga driver po.
Kailan i-roll out tong subsidy, Yusek?
Bukas po malalaman natin po lahat itong plano po.
Thank you, Chloe. Ang susunod po ay...
Base po dun sa mga ongoing economic developments, yung crisis sa Middle East, are we still confident na marireach po ng government yung 5.3% GDP, debt to GDP target ng DOF po?
Naku, yan po talaga ang pinagdarasal natin. Pero sa mga nangyayari po at natin to kontrolado, ipanalangin po natin na maabot pa rin po natin. Pero ipilitin pa po sa abot na makakaya ng pamahalaan at sa mga direktiba po ng Pangulo, pilitin po natin ma-attain pa rin po yan, despite all of this.
Tapos sa second question ko po, may update na...
Yusek, good afternoon. Yusek, nagpahayag po ng pagka-alarma ang ilang world leaders kasunod ng naging aksyon ng US na pagbomba po sa tatlong nuclear sites ng Iran. Ang sabi ng ibang mga world leaders ay nananawagan sila ng restraint at yung iba naman ay nananawagan sa Iran na makipag-usap sa US at Israel. Sa panig po ba ng Malacanang, sa panig po ni Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr., ano po ba yung naging pahayag niya dito?
Opo, ramdam po ng Pangulo, ramdam po ng gobyerno ang alalahanin ng mga leaders ng iba't ibang bansa dahil sa umiinit at tensyon sa rehiyon. Ang panawagan din po ng Pangulo ay magkaroon po ng mapayapang pag-uusap at diplomasya para po maibsan ang lumalalang hindi pagkakasundo. Kailangan din po manindigan para sa pandaigdigang kapayapaan para maging matatag po ang global community o pandaigdigang komunidad. Yan po ang mensahe ng Pangulo.
On follow-up, Yusek. On the follow-up, Yusek, may bukod po sa pagtaas ng presyo ng langis, ano po ba ang posibleng magiging epekto nito sa atin, sa bansa?
Magkakaroon to ng domino effect. Kasi kahit sabihin natin na magkakaroon ng fuel subsidy ang mga drivers natin para sa mga commuters, maiiwasan na iindahin din po ito ng mga sa logistics, sa trading. So, yun po ang ipinagdarasan natin na maiwasan po natin at mabigyan ng magandang solusyon para po hindi masyadong mabigat ang daranasin ng mga kababayan po natin dahil dito sa tensyon na nangyayari sa Israel at Iran.
Thank you po.
Still on the tension in the situation in the Middle East, may mga pangamba po ang marami, lalo kalat sa social media, ito na raw ang World War III, etc. Maraming mga ganyang impormasyong umiikot. What does the President want to tell the Filipino people about what to brace for and the actual situation? Ano ho bang kailangan natin pag-ingatan dito at anong kailangan isipin ng mga tao sa gitna po ng nangyayaring ito?
Una-una, ang gusto iparating ng Pangulo, handa po tayo sa anumang mangyayari at lang pangangailangan ng taong bayan ay tutugunan po pamahalaan. At wag po sila mag-alala dahil ang gobyerno po ngayon ay nagtatrabaho para sa ating lahat.
Wala na pong...
Ayan po mga kababayan, ready ang ating gobyerno. Huwag tayo mag-alala. And mamaya or bukas, mag-meeting mga kababayan yung economic team ng ating gobyerno. I-meeting ng ating Pangulo para pag-usapan yung mga dapat preparasyon, mga actions na dapat nating gawin para pagandaan yung epekto sa ekonomiya, sa ating national security. So, possibly hindi lang yung economic team ang mag-uusap-usap. Baka full cabinet meeting ito po. Kasama yung national security cluster po. So, ito yung latest mga kababayan mula sa Fox News. Breaking, Iran moves to close Strait of Hormuz, prompting major oil concerns. So, ito yung pinagandaan natin mga kababayan.
Let's bring in senior fellow at the Center for Security Policy and author of When China Attacks, Colonel Grant Newsham. Colonel, good morning to you. Thank you for hopping on with us. So China has responded to this already. They've condemned this attack, says it damages Washington's credibility and are concerned that the situation may spiral out of control. So that's what they're saying publicly. But behind closed doors, what conversations are really taking place when it comes to decision-making in key areas of interest, including potential aggression towards Taiwan?
Well, what they're looking at is this big change that's happened in the United States. Suddenly you have a president who has some backbone and did what needed to be done for the first time in 45 years when he attacked Iran. The Iranians have been at war with us and for 45 years, 46 actually. They've killed some thousands of Americans, injured and maimed a lot more, and nobody ever did anything other than to send them pallets of cash and try to negotiate a deal. And here you had someone that attacked them. So China was looking at Taiwan also and thinking, maybe the Americans aren't that serious. And this has raised some doubts in China's calculus when it comes to Taiwan, when they look at what's just happened in Iran. But of course, we have to see how this plays out, because China has been very happy to have the Americans occupied in the Middle East. That means you can't pay as much attention to the Western Pacific, to Taiwan.
That's a great point on how this could go one way or the other. And before this strike, Colonel, there were reports of Chinese cargo flights nearing Iranian airspace. What do you think that was all about?
Well, it could be. There's always things that we don't know about that happened. They were certainly flying things into Russia at the start of the Ukraine war, and the administration hushed it all up. So that is a possibility. But the bigger issue is that China has been the main backer of Iran for decades. And that includes providing a lot of money, a lot of weapons that the Iranians have given to Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis as well. And now China actually buys 90% of Iran's oil. So that's about 20% of Iran's GDP. And that's the real issue here, is the amount of support that China has given to Iran and used Iran really as a cat's paw, as a proxy to attack America's friends in the region, to cause chaos. And then to the Chinese perspective, that works to their advantage. Now we have to wonder, are we going to cut off Iran's oil exports and force the Chinese to go buy oil elsewhere?
Well, that's a great question, Colonel, because yesterday Iran's parliament did approve a plan to close the Strait of Hormuz, which would block $1 billion of oil shipments per day. This is Iranian retaliation, but like you said, this would impact China far more than it would the United States. So here's Secretary of State Marco Rubio yesterday. Watch this.
Do you expect Iran to move to close the Strait of Hormuz to try to disrupt oil transportation across the world?
Well, I encourage the Chinese government in Beijing to call them about that, because they heavily depend on the Straits of Hormuz for their oil. If they do that, it'll be another terrible mistake. It's economic suicide for them if they do it, and we retain options to deal with that.
So does China do that? Do they call Iran and say, do not close the Strait of Hormuz?
They might, or they might say just let Chinese ships through, like they've done in the Red Sea with the Houthis. That is a possibility. But closing off the Straits of Hormuz is actually harder than you might think. That's been tried before, back in the 80s, and the Iranians couldn't pull it off. But that would require more of a commitment by U.S. forces. And we don't seem to have too many allies who are willing to jump in, but maybe we could shame a few into that. So it's easier said than done, but it is a concern. Whether or not China will actually help us or do us any favors, I doubt that. We should give them a choice, really. Do you want to do business with Iran, or do you want to do business with us? And you do that, and China just might act a little differently.
Yeah, so yesterday, Vice President J.D. Vance said that China, Russia, and the United States have one thing in common, and it's that neither of these nations want Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Is that true? And if so, do you think President Trump will ever get a private thank you from Russia or China?
I'm not so sure about that, and I'm not so sure the Russians or the Chinese really mind all that much if the Iranians have nuclear weapons. Look, they've allowed the Pakistanis to have them, the North Koreans to have them. Those have all been developed with Chinese assistance. And the Russians have played a role in this as well in both of those cases. So I don't know that we have that commonality of interest as the administration might think.
Colonel Grant Newsham, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
So yan ang mga latest development, mga kababayan, sa nangyayaring kaguluhan sa Middle East with Israel and Iran war at yung pagsali ng Amerika sa giyera. O ngayon, sa epekto ng oil price hike mga kababayan, buti na lang yung mga maliliit na petroleum companies dito, tulad ng Sea Oil mga kababayan, gagawin nilang staggered yung 5 peso increase sa diesel. So ito po, Sea Oil confirms staggered price hike this week starting June 24. Gasoline will go up by 175 per liter, diesel 260 per liter, and kerosene 240 per liter muna. So, the same increases will apply again on June 26. So, ganun pa rin po para mabuo yung 5 peso increase per liter. Imbis na isahan, mga kababayan, yung kanilang increase staggered basis para hindi naman mabigla yung mga consumers. So, yun mga kababayan, ang mga latest development na gusto kong ipaabot sa inyo dito sa ating podcast, Life with Dan TM. Ito na yung mga topics muna natin mga kababayan dito sa Life with Dan TM kasi it affects our yung daily life natin. Apektado nitong kaguluhan. So tama din itong topic dito para makapaghanda ang bawat isa sa atin, bawat pamilya with the looming increases in prices ng petroleum at saka ng mga bilihin po. Importante yung tamang pagbabudget nito ng ating mga nanay, bawat pamilya po. So, pagigpit ng sinturon, ika nga. Yung mga hindi masyado importante, wag na munang gastos ng gastos. Kasi baka lalong lumala. Kasi I think medyo matagal-tagal pa itong conflict. Unless wala na po si Ali Khamenei. Tulad ng nangyari kay Saddam Hussein at saka sa Libyan na leader na si Muammar Gaddafi. In fact, yun ang target ng Amerika. Regime change mga kababayan. At nabanggit rin yung possible elimination mismo ng leader ng Iran, supreme leader na si Ali Khamenei. So kung hindi pa po kayo mga kababayan naka-subscribe dito sa ating bagong channel, i-click subscribe po ninyo para updated kayo ng mga kaganapan sa buong mundo. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye po. God bless. Ito naman po, Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po sa mga pulses in affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas ng mga kasukasuan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Ning siya red mixed fruit drink. Hindi mo po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry may anti-cancer properties. O ngayon, yung mga inquiries ninyo, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ayos pa? Ayos na ayosan niya, Mr. Maravilla. But anyway, ito po pala yung aming bagong product na binibenta online. I am worldwide amazing pure organic barley powdered drink mix from Australia. Negosyo to ng aking anak na architect entrepreneur Riz Maravillas. Ayan po. Kontakin na lang po ninyo siya, Riz Maravillas on Facebook. Ang mga health benefits niya, boost immunity, improves digestion, enhance energy levels, packed with antioxidants, prevent cancer. Sa mga nagana po ng malinis and spacious fitness gym, pumunta lang po kayo sa aming Colossal Fitness Gym. May Grab Car Rental din po kami. Ito naman po yung bago naming product na binibenta online. Eye Glow Serum, whitening po siya. Tingnan ninyo yung epekto sa aking anak na architect before and now. Yung mga inquiries po ninyo, dumiretso na lang kayo sa kanyang Facebook account, Riz Maravillas.